Alright, hey, yo, what's up, friends? I'm Elizabeth. This is Reading Riley, where we like to read Riley, not take ourselves too seriously, and have some fun with books. Today, we're doing A Star is Born. We're doing a 5-star predictions video. And it'll be sweet, oh so sweet, when you read Riley. Okay, and when I say a 5-star predictions video, I mean a vlog. So basically I have 3 books here that I think are going to be 5 stars for me for one reason or another. What we're going to do is read them and find out if they are or if they aren't. That's the fun of it. So first of all, we're going to be reading The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris. This book, okay, full transparency, I already read these. I am recording this after I've already read these. So I'm going to try to not give away too much for you, but I do want to give you a just brief description of each one. So this one is a story about a girl named Nella Rogers. And she is an editorial assistant at a book publishing house called Wagner Books. And she realizes that she's the only black girl there. And she kind of has made an effort to diversify her workforce and the industry in general with very little, how do I say this? No one's listening to her. They're just like, okay. We're trying. Anyway, one day they get a new girl, Hazel, and she's another black girl. And Nella is ecstatic because, holy crap, someone's paying attention to her. She's not going to be the only black girl. She and Hazel just get along really well, and they start bonding. But then one day, Nella gets a note left on her desk that says, "Leave Wagner now." She has to try to figure out who it's from, why, can there only be one black girl? What the hell is going on? So yeah, that's what this book is about. Secondly, we have another one of my 5-star predictions, which is The Maidens by Michaelitis. And this one, we're following Mariana. She is a group therapist. She is struggling with some trauma that has happened in her life. And her niece, Zoe, is a student at Cambridge where there has been a murder. So Zoe calls Mariana, and apparently Zoe knows this girl. They're friends. And Mariana used to go to school there. So she decides to come and help. And when she does that, she meets Professor Fosca, who is the professor of Greek tragedy. I've been saying Greek mythology in plenty of my past videos, and I might even say it in this video, but it's not. It's Greek tragedy, very different, and I much prefer it. But yeah, Professor Fosca is like one of those really charismatic, Ted Bundy-esque type professors where he's cultivated this following, and specifically he has a following of female students that call themselves the Maidens. Mariana gets involved. She suspects that Fosca has something to do with this girl who has been killed. Chaos ensues. And that is the premise of this. Dark academia, a lot of fun, a lot of rich collegiate vibes here. And then lastly, we're going to be reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And this is about a vampire and a Southern book club. I mean, that's really all you need, but we're following Patricia. She is a middle-aged mom, and she has a book club where they talk about true crime and all the fun stuff. And this guy moves in next door, and she starts to suspect that he's a vampire. Meanwhile, children are going missing on both sides of the tracks, so to speak, and yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it with that. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, and we'll see, are these going to be 5-star reads for me? I don't know. Let's find out. I do know. Alright, I'm not going to give you guys spoilers, don't worry about that, but I do want to mention that there is a second POV that just started in this book from another black voice from Wagner Publishing in the past. I was not expecting this. and now it's framing this story in a completely different way, and I'm really excited to see how these POVs are connected and how this moves the plot forward. So it's very exciting. Okay, this book just got crazy, and I'm crazy for loving you. But no, seriously, it just got fucking nuts. And I had a theory. I was right about this theory, but I don't understand the logistics of it. And it is kind of verging on sci-fi. I guess it's sci-fi. I don't know. This is This is a really interesting book, and I might have to do a spoiler video to dissect this. It's all coming together. I'm feeling it. I'm digging it, and it's disturbing. I am about 75% of the way through The Other Black Girl. I'm loving this so far. I am confused, but I'm really enjoying how we are taking the spotlight off of the author and shining it on the editor, because I really didn't understand how any of that worked before, and I think it's really cool that the editor makes such a big difference on how the book actually comes out, and it makes sense. Sorry, I'm doing laundry. I probably should have turned that off. I'm eating my giant quinoa salad from Costco. I'm not going to eat all of this. It's going to be my lunch for probably the next like 4 or 5 days. We're not just following Nella. We're following the generations of Black women at Wagner and the people that they have come in contact with and the situations they've gone through. Some of them have secrets. Some of them are being pitted against each other, but is it for a reason that is necessary, or is it devious in nature? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I'll let you know when I finish it. Loving it so far. Really loving it. Holy shit! That ending was crazy! Oh my god, I can't wait to hear what other people think of this, what they think of that ending, because it's intense. It's insane. That did not go where I thought it was gonna go. Holy cow. Wow, that book was great and terrifying. I literally had chills. I literally had chills at the end. Oh my gosh. Yeah, is this horror? Is it horror? This book is so genre bending, and it's so different and new and unique. Oh, I love it. I kind of want to reread it because it was like my brain. I don't know if I caught all the things. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. So good. So my plan was to finish The Other Black Girl and start The Maidens, since I'm buddy reading that with my friends James and Jessica, but I'm at work. Obviously, I have the physical copy at home, so I was like, okay, I'll find the audiobook. But no, I forgot this book doesn't actually release until the 15th, which is Tuesday, and it's Friday today, and I'm already behind on this one. So I'm gonna have to read it physically, so it's gonna take longer. So I said to myself, Elizabeth, make use of this time. Let's pick out a different book to start today. So I did, and I had gotten my hold in for the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires from Libby. So I've just started that one. I'm already really excited. These characters are so relatable. This mom, Patricia, she's so freaking relatable to me. I love her so much already. These sassy women that break away from this rigid ass book club. The original book club was led by this woman who is just not fun. They want to do all these, called the Literary Guild, and they're reading all these books that I would not want anything to do with. Like, if you're gonna be in a book club, have fun, read stuff you want to read, talk about stuff you want to talk about. I'm already connecting. I'm invested. I think it's hilarious so far, and just the chaos of Patricia's life with her kids and everything, I can't fully understand, but I can relate. I do have a stepdaughter. We don't have her all the time, but I also work a full-time job, and life is crazy, and which is why I can't start the Maidens right now because I just don't have time to physically read. Like, I need audiobooks in order to read. So I'm going to do my best on that one. I'm going to do some reading sprints tomorrow night with them and see if I can get a chunk out of it. Maybe I'll start it tonight when I get home. So I'm going to kind of be going back and forth between this book and the Maidens. Getting into it should be fun. Hopefully I don't die of heat out here. It's like, it can kill me now. This is the best spot to sit and look at the lake. And when the sun sets, it sets right there, and that's the Dallas skyline. This little bench. Okay, I'm about 50% done with the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would be. Oh, and I hate to say it, but I'm very frustrated by the fact that Patricia is not being believed. And basically that's it. Like, everyone's saying you read too many horror books and true crime books and you're crazy and you're a housewife and you have nothing to do other than invent these stories. And I'm really frustrated. I don't know why I thought this was going to be sexier than it is. I need something to happen other than people trying to subvert these women because it's getting old at this point.
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks.
You are having way too much fun. Why are you grinning as you smack the shit out of that chicken? Oh my god, chill out, serial killer.
All done.
I don't either. That looks yummy.
This one was yours by me.
That one's mine.
The one that is by me.
Okay. Thanks, babe. I just got to work. It's gonna be another hot day. Not excited. It's Tuesday, so the audiobook just came out for the Maidens. I'm so far behind with my buddy read, so I'm skipping over to the Maidens. And I read about 30 pages of it physically. I just started it from the beginning on the audio, and I'm so glad I did because I did not realize I was gonna get British narrators. So very excited for that. Something about a British narrator just makes me feel like cozy and comforted. And I know some of my friends just hate a British narrator. I fucking love it. I don't know if that makes me a Europhile or what, but I just love it so much. Already the actors are amazing, so really into that. We also have the POV of the killer. So you have like the girl that's been murdered just off the bat. That's not a spoiler of any kind, but yeah, Mariana's been talking about this guy Henry, who's kind of like, he's in her group therapy and he clearly is kind of obsessed with her and he's been like kind of spying on her. So like, I'm kind of suspicious of that, but also she's suffering with the loss of her husband. She's still grieving. Clearly from that. Everyone's suspicious. I do not trust anyone. So right now I'm suspicious. I haven't even met Dr. Fosca yet, but Henry is suspicious, and then it makes me think this group of maidens maybe has something to do with this as well. My stepdaughter's getting surgery today on an off subject, and I feel kind of guilty that I'm not there. Of course, my husband's going to be there and her mom will be there with her, but I think there can only be 2 people with her anyway, so I'm just kind of going to listen to this audiobook today. It's a short audiobook. It's like, I've got it on, I think, 1.3 speed, and it's going to be like 6 hours and something. So I can bust this out today, no problem. Looking forward to updates from that. It's 7:30 a.m. right now, and she goes in for surgery at noon, but she has to be there at 9. So yeah, I'm kind of using this as a little bit of a distraction so I don't have to worry so much about her. It's not a huge surgery, but you know, they have to put her under and she's 4, so it's like kind of a big deal. I'll keep you updated as the day goes on. I'm gonna be real sweaty today. It's gonna be 97 degrees again all week. Gotta go clock in. Here we go. Okay, so I'm getting an 8-hour day, so that's good. I can go home early and see if I can go to the hospital and check up on the Nugget. So I'm gonna get back to the Maidens, but I need to take a little break because just released an episode of Book Community. So I gotta check in. There's my little treat. So I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna get back to the Maidens and I'll check in with you guys when I'm about halfway done. Okay, I think I'm about halfway through, maybe more than halfway through. I'm really liking it so far. I think the pacing is great. I'm getting vibes like His and Hers by Alice Beanie, and I think not in the story itself, but in the way that it's written, because we are getting the POV of the killer, but we don't know who the killer is. Or at least I assume it's the killer. It could be trying to throw me off, I guess. I don't know. I have several theories. Everyone is suspicious. Like literally, I don't trust a single person, and Alex Michaelitis does a really great job of introducing characters very subtly, like on the periphery. So you don't feel like you're being inundated with a gazillion characters, but when I'm going through my mind trying to figure out who it could be, I'm realizing how many there actually are that he has introduced, and that takes a lot of skill, I feel like. So I'm really impressed with that. It's not like one of those thrillers where you're super anxious and where you feel like everything's out of control and you just feel like chaos. It's very much like a slow burn type of mystery. Not the pacing, but the tone, I guess. It's a very soft, mysterious type of tone, and we're getting all of these like dark academia vibes at the same time. Very rich in my mind. It's very rich colors. Think like a study with one of those green lamps with like wall-to-wall bookshelves. Like that's kind of the atmosphere in my mind, so I'm really enjoying that as well. Yeah, so far I don't know who it is. Like I have plenty of theories, but no clue who the killer is, but I'm really having fun with this, so yay. I'm Greek. You're Greek. She's Greek. We're all Greek. Everyone's Greek. Hey guys, I just wanted to kind of check up on in with you. I've been home for a little bit now. My stepdaughter's surgery went perfectly, so I'm very happy with that. She is just a little tiny badass and I love her to death. Dad and Mom are both at the hospital with her tonight, so I'm chilling. I would have loved to have gone up there, but they are only allowed 2 people, so now I'm just reading and hanging out. And I just finished The Maidens, and I'm so happy with where this went. I'm really enjoyed it. It's not perfect. There were a few things that I could nitpick if I wanted to, but you know, I thought it was just really well written. From what I remember when I read The Silent Patient, he used to be in film, and so his brain works in that way. A quote that I will misquote, but the idea of which sticks with me to this day, it was something along the lines of, film, you're following what's happening on the outside, and with books, you follow what's on the inside. I really like that. He said it much more eloquently. You can really see that in his writing, that he has experience from both, because it is very cinematic in as much of the sense that a book can be. And his pacing is just flawless pacing. The twist at the end was great. There were references to The Silent Patient, like it's in this is the same world as The Silent Patient, which I didn't know. Just absolutely loved it. Tomorrow, what we're going to be doing is switching back over to the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I'm about halfway through it. It's a little slumpy right now, so I'm just really hoping that it's gonna like bring back the punch. So many people love this book so much, so I can't imagine it's going to disappoint me. But I'm teeny tiny bit skeptical right now, so we'll see what happens with that. And that's your update for now. I'll see you guys later. All right, y'all, I'm struggling. I am struggling with the Southern Book Club. I don't know what to do. I feel like everybody loves this book so much, but like, why? I'm so confused. It's not particularly gruesome or sexy or like, I feel like nothing's fucking happening. Am I missing something? I'm getting really frustrated. I'm starting to doubt myself. Is it just like, am I in like a slumpy mood? I don't know what's happening right now. But I'm just really frustrated. When I started it back up today, we moved to 3 years later. So I was like, okay, great. We're moving the plot forward. Some other things are going to start happening. And some things kind of are developing on that front. But it's like, come on. Like, I know right now it's just the same old, like, I guess I'm really frustrated by this fact that Patricia is being like so subverted, and this entire book is her saying, hey, something's wrong, something wrong, and everyone's like, you're crazy, shut up, you're crazy, stop it, you're crazy, stop it. And she's like, no, something's wrong, no, stop it, you're crazy. And I'm just like, god damn, like I feel like I'm getting beat up. I don't want to, I don't want to DNF it, but I'm taking a break right now because I'm just not into this. I just don't understand the disconnect between what everyone else is saying about it. Like, something big has to happen, right? Because if the rest of the book continues on like this, then there's no way people would enjoy this. Well, I said I wanted something to happen. I just finished the Southern Bookclub's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I'm kind of angry. Like, I'm actually angry, which is dumb. It's a book. I shouldn't be angry. This heat's definitely not helping. My truck says it's 103 right now. The middle 60% of that book was shit. Sucked. It made me really angry. The action caught up, but like when the action finally started happening, and then we are just going straight into rape. Just straight into rape. I wish a lot of things were different. I wish that the vampire had revealed himself sooner, and more of the book was about the women coming together to defeat this. But the majority of this book was essentially gaslighting and rape. And it made me mad. Made me really mad. I'm not giving up on Grady Hendrix. I'm still gonna read some of his other books. I don't know what I'm gonna give this. I need to like watch some other reviews and see what other people think, because all I've heard is amazing things and I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm literally like enraged right now. Like, I'm not even sad or disappointed in this book. I'm fucking angry. So I want to talk about some things. Let's try and see if we can wrap this up in a way that it makes some kind of sense. So first of all, we read The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris. Absolutely loved this. I'm giving this 5 stars. Highly recommend everybody read this book. It's so timely. It also explores a lot of different things. We get to delve into the publishing industry. The ending is insane. I did not think it was going to go there. It did. It went there. It definitely has a message that it wants to convey, and I respect it so much for that. It's artfully written. Definitely going to be checking out this author in the future. And if you guys have read this, let me know, because I'm really curious what other people think. It's different than anything I've ever read. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this as well. Secondly, we have The Maidens, and I think I'm going to end up giving this 4.5. I'm between 4 and 4.5 stars, because there were a few things that bothered me, that I just felt like some of the motivations weren't exactly realistic. I really had to suspend my disbelief for this one. There were some things that I didn't quite agree with as far as the characterization goes, but I really liked the setup. I loved how he went about this. I loved our main protagonist, Mariana. I thought she was really relatable. and smart, and I just love his storytelling in general. I had a really great time with this. Like I said, perfect pacing. I think I did love the Silent Patient more than this. So because of those things, I can't give this a 5-star, unfortunately. So we're kind of breaking our prediction trend here, but so close. Absolutely recommend it. And can't wait to see what else he writes. I'll read anything he writes. I just think he's great. Okay, and lastly, the one I really want to talk about the most of all of these is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Now, I think I'm settling for this on a 3-star. Wah, wah, wah. I know. I think I am actually giving it credit by giving it 3 stars. I think that is a generous rating. But that is because when I rate books, I do them based on how they make me feel. I think everyone should rate books based on how they make you feel as you read them, because then as everybody rates the books, you get an actual idea of what the majority of people think of that book. If I rated books based on how I think other people would like it, then it wouldn't be an accurate rating, right? So for me, I'm giving it 3 stars, but I'm willing to admit that this triggered me. It's so strange for me because I read some dark shit, and I have never been this triggered by a book before. Yeah, I think I took it especially harsh. I should be happy that this made me feel something, because it's better to have felt something than nothing at all from reading a book. I have to acknowledge that, and I think that's where I'm giving this back a little bit as far as my star rating goes. I just have to warn everybody, if you are sensitive about the subversion of women and rape, maybe this isn't for you. It almost felt like he was trying to, okay, so off the bat, we have this group of women, and it's set in the late 80s, early 90s-esque, right? So we understand that things were different back then. I know this. I lived it. I was alive. We understand this. So he's using this technique to, I think, in good faith, to make you feel angry, to make you side with these women. And I get that. But I don't think he was successful in the feminist aspect of this book, because I think it could have been done so much better. I just think that if he had done this differently, it could have been more empowering and less like getting shat on the entire time. And then there's another aspect to this about race relations. And the same thing goes for that he's setting it up to make you angry in good faith, to help you understand the plight that these women are going through. And now I can't say if that was successful because I'm not a person of color, but from my limited perspective, it felt like that was better done than the feminist thing. But again, I can't really speak on that because I can only speak as a woman and as a white woman, because that is what I am. But listen, I think it was in good faith. So I'm not saying no more Grady Hendrix. I just think as far as the feminist approach to this book went, I felt it was unsuccessful. And on top of that, I thought the pacing of this book was shit. It was just shit. So, yeah, it has redeeming qualities. It definitely, the last like 100 pages or so picked up, and if I set aside my like triggers, I can say, yes, you know, that part was well done, but the middle of this book, not so much, and that's where I'm gonna leave it with that. Anyway, so we have, out of my 5-star predictions, we have a 5-star, we have a 4.5 potentially, and we have a 3-star. So, I don't maybe I'm not so good at predicting. I don't know. I don't know. But that's where we're at. That's what it is. And you know, I'm happy I read all 3 of these. I am. I'm not mad about any of them. So that's where we're at. And yeah, if you guys have read these, let me know. If you have any insight into the things that I was discussing about this, I'm interested to hear what you have to say, because I don't know if I'm out here on a limb by myself. I don't know, this is just my personal opinion. I appreciate you so much if you're still with me. I always link my social media and stuff down below if you want to connect with me on Instagram or Goodreads or Storygraph or any of that. That's it. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget that life is short, so read brightly. Bye, guys.